Welcome guys. So PUBG Mobile just introduced a new weapon called Honey Badger. It's a 7.62 assault rifle designed for close combat fights. It can be found in Erangel, Sandhawk and Livik. So is this new weapon any good? Well, in this video I will show you weapon stats, such as damage, rate of fire, recoil and more. So you'll know exactly how powerful this new weapon is. Starting with the damage information, it has chest damage of 43, which is very low, since this gun uses 7.62 ammunition. I mean it has the same or similar damage as an AUG and M416, for comparison, and this gun is supposed to compete against AKM and barrel. But Honey Badger doesn't have high damage unlike the other 7.62 weapons. Anyway, moving on to the rate of fire, Honey Badger has a high firing rate. It fires about 11.5 bullets per second, and it outperforms both barrel and AKM, and also M4 in terms of firing speed. But AUG and Groza outperforms Honey Badger by having higher firing speeds, but however they are airdrop weapons so they should be better. So now let's talk about damage per second. This tells us how strong and powerful the weapon's gun power is. So Honey Badger has a DPS of 493, which is pretty decent when we compare it to other weapons such as AKM with 480 DPS and barrel with 487 DPS. So the damage output of Honey Badger is very similar or better than barrel and AKM. So I think this new gun will fit into the 7.62 weapon category easily. Now let's talk about the recoil. So Honey Badger has a unique recoil pattern. This gun goes up in almost a straight line like this. It barely has any horizontal recoil, which makes the gun highly predictable, and its recoil should be easier to control. Here's the side-by-side comparison of Honey Badger's recoil next to AKM and barrel. The vertical recoil is quite high, but it's easy to control with some practice. When I was using Honey Badger for the very first time, I struggled to control the recoil because it goes up very quickly. But after practicing how to spray in training grounds, I have learned how to control this gun. All I have to do is pull the gun down very quickly. But yeah, the recoil is super easy to control with some light practice. However, Honey Badger is not a great weapon for spraying at long distances. It's a close combat gun designed for close range. You could use this gun for mid-range spraying. But you need to be aware of its low bullet velocity, so its bullet velocity or bullet speed is very close to barrel M762, which is 700 meters per second, but I feel like it's slightly lower than barrel, somewhere around 675 meters per second, so Honey Badger's bullet velocity is not too low or too high, it's right in between SMGs and 5.56 Rs, so technically you can use this for spraying, but only for mid-range sprays, especially the stable targets. This gun is not ideal for spraying at moving vehicles or moving targets. So the best thing about this gun is its hip fire. As I said, it's a close range weapon. It has one of the best hip fires in any assault rifles. Here's the side-by-side comparison of Honey Badger's recoil next to AKM and barrel. Honey Badger has less horizontal bullet spread just like its recoil. This makes the hip firing way more accurate and reliable. So in a final conclusion, Honey Badger is a really great weapon. It's just as good as AKM or barrel, depending on how you use it. If you know how to use Honey Badger properly, it could be even more powerful in your hands. I would highly recommend trying out this new weapon at least once or twice, so you will better understand its abilities. But whenever you're using Honey Badger, try to hip fire more often as possible, since it has one of the best hip firing accuracy and reliability. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more upcoming videos like these. See you guys in the next one.
Oh, shotgun.